What is going on, all you crazy golf addicts? Holy moly, we're doing a show.
Where are we? What's going on here?
I don't even know. It's 2020, which sucks. And I'm David Barnett of the Tour Junkies. This is Pat Perry. You may not recognize him because he's lost some weight. He's added some facial hair. He's grown his hair out. He looks like a mid '90s Steven Seagal playing the role of a cocaine dealer.
Well,
glad to see
I don't know about the weight loss, maybe a tad bit, but definitely a different look. But it's good to see you as well.
Here we are, TJ After Dark, and this feels weird. It feels foreign, but I'm excited.
It's been 2 months. Has it been 2 months? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been 2 months. We last did this for the Players Championship in March, early March, so it has been 2 months. This is crazy. Hope everyone watching is staying safe, healthy, being responsible, caring about others, and just doing their thing. But we're here to talk about some golf because guess what? There's actually some golf that's going to be on TV, and you can bet on it on DraftKings Sportsbook this weekend. So let's get into it. We've got the TaylorMade Drive for Charity, which is taking place at Seminole Golf Club in lovely Florida, and you've got a team event. You've got Rory and DJ. Okay, that's for those of you who don't know. That's Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson. Okay. They are teaming up against two Oklahoma State Cowboys, and that would be Rickie Fowler and Matt Wolff. They're going to team up in a 4-ball skins event, and it's going to be for charity. It's going to go to COVID relief. It's going to be televised on Sunday. It should be a lot of fun. And Seminole Golf Club, which we will get to in just a minute, is a legendary golf course. Every year named one of the most amazing courses on the planet. But we never have seen it on TV. Ben Hogan played there. A lot of the legends played there. Incredible membership there at Seminole. Highly exclusive, but a beautiful seaside course in Florida. And actually, earlier today, Pat did some investigative work and was able to talk to a long-term caddy at Seminole.
Yeah, I know I shocked you with that information, didn't I?
I was flabbergasted. Absolutely flabbergasted. But we're going to get to what some of the things that Pat learned from said caddy about Seminole and just about how the golf course is going to play. A couple things surprised me about it, but we're gonna go through some of that. We're going to tell you how it works, how the golf course sets up, and then we're going to go through our favorite picks on DK Sportsbook and encourage you to sign up over there on DK Sportsbook and check that out. I think just quickly, Pat, let's talk about the format. If you don't know, 4-ball means these two teams are going to – every man's going to play their own ball, okay? So it's not an alternate shot deal. It's not anything like that. Everybody's going to play their own ball, and the team is going to take the best score from their two teammates. So if Rory birdies number 1 and DJ makes a par, the score for their team is a birdie. If Rickie and Matt Wolff on number 1 both make a par, then their score is par. Therefore, DJ and Rory would get 1 skin for that victory. The holes do carry over. We have carryovers, Pat, and that's important. Now, the team of Rory and DJ will be playing specifically for the American Nurses Foundation, and Fowler and Wolff playing for the CDC Foundation. And both teams will have a $500,000 bank that they're going to start with, okay? Now, the skin values hole to hole are going to increase as the match goes on, and the winning team is the one with the most amount of skins money left. There's also some additional stuff going on. Farmers Insurance is sponsoring additional charity dollars for birdies and eagles. There may be a long drive competition, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's something interesting. No caddies allowed. Now, at first when I heard that, I thought, that is a major handicap to Dustin Johnson, because if DJ has to take a number on a sprinkler head and add or subtract from something else, I guess you can forget about it. If he has to use a yardage book, he's completely toast.
Well, they allow a calculator out there.
They don't allow a calculator, but they do allow a rangefinder. So he will be allowed to have a rangefinder.
Good. Great for DJ.
Good call for DJ.
Yeah.
But I do think that's an interesting thing to take note of, and we'll come back to it. But, these guys either have to carry their own bag or they can use a push cart. Now, I haven't heard what they've all agreed to do, but I'm sure the four of them probably got together and said, all right, we're all going to do this, we're all going to do that. But I'm guessing, I feel like the move is going to be they're going to carry their own bag.
I think that's what they're going to do. And I feel like it has a sort of classic
it's an ego
feel
thing.
to it. Yeah.
Classic,
but I like I like how it would look, but I haven't seen this, and it's not on the DraftKings Sportsbook, but I wish there was a prop bet on whether or not and which player chose a push cart. But I don't think any of them are going to have a push cart.
You know, Wolff most recently has carried his own bag because he was just in college like 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, so he's the best at carrying his own bag right now.
Carrying his own bag.
Yeah.
Strokes gained carried his own bag more recently.
Yeah.
But I do think that's interesting. So that's just a little bit about what's going to go on in the format of this match. Now, we talked about Seminole Golf Club, Pat, and just what an electric place this is. It was built in 1929. It is a Donald Ross design, and recently Core Crenshaw went in and redesigned, made some tweaks. But I'll let you kind of talk through what the main features are of Seminole, and then what our caddy friend told us.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, Core and Crenshaw recently came in here and redesigned. They didn't really do a redesign. They just kind of did a facelift, which is what they like to do, especially with like Donald Ross courses, because you don't really want to mess it up all that much.
True.
This is a classic course. But they did take out a few trees. They lengthened it a little bit. They changed a lot of the tee boxes, brought some of them back. So that was one of the things that they did. But it's just a classic Donald Ross design. It's a par 72. Now, one thing to note, and this is one thing I got from the caddy that I talked to, it is playing about 7,300 yards. As a matter of fact, he sent me the scorecard. And if you Google Seminole scorecards and things like that, that's not what you're going to get. You're going to get around 6,800 yards. So this course is longer than it used to be. So I think that's somewhat important. A couple of the nuggets that he gave me was, the fairways here are pretty wide. They're pretty easy to hit. But with the wind that they get and how fast this course can play, and I'm going to get to the greens, but you can get a lot of run out off the fairways and things like that. But the most important thing he said is you've got to be able to control your ball and hit these fairways in the right spots. You've got to attack the greens from certain angles. And if you don't know how to do that, you're going to be in trouble. So experiences, we talk about it on any other course, is always going to matter. But that is going to be important for these guys. They're going to have to, they can't just, even though you might think wide fairways, bombers are going to take that. This is a bomber's course. He said it really is not really a bomber's course. I mean, they certainly can take advantage of certain holes, but it's really all about the approach here. And these greens are incredibly difficult. There's a lot of slope. You see a lot of slope coming off the greens towards the bunkers. They play very quick. This is champion Bermuda as far as the greens are concerned. So they're going to play quick. That was one of the things that he talked about. But again, he didn't really say any particular player was going to do, style was well here. I mean, it just, you just got to know this course. He mentioned, Rory's dad is obviously a member of this course. And so Rory's probably got the most experience. But Rickie's won the pro member 2 times. So he's obviously knows it well. DJ probably has the least experience as far as this caddy was concerned. And this caddy, by the way, is caddied out here for almost 20 years. So it's not like this is just a fly-by-night guy that hasn't been out there for very long. And Wolff has played out here a few times. So it's not like he doesn't have any experience as well, as young as he is. So, you kind of add all that up to, when you're making a decision on, who you want to take. And obviously DJ and Rory are going to be the favorites. But I don't know. With Rickie and the way as well as he's played out here, I think that could be interesting as well. But I'm just excited to see this course. This is one of the courses that nobody really ever gets to see. They never have any events out here, and that's just how they operate. Now, they were going to have the Walker Cup, hopefully, I think, next year in 2021. But I know they're excited to showcase this course, and I can't wait to see it, and I think it's going to be fun. I think the match is going to be fun. So, we'll see what happens. But it's going to be a treat for all of us that get to watch this on TV.
100%. I think one of the things that obviously when you think about the course, the greens are number one. The defense of this course is the greens and the wind. You can't, we heard that too from our caddy friend. And if you read anything about Seminole, it's all about if the wind is blowing. This course, you can shoot. These guys could shoot mid-70s. If the wind is not blowing, they could shoot 62. I mean, it's one of those kind of courses, which is brilliant. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. I don't know, like when you're talking about 4 golfers, even though Rory is elite and DJ's elite, like I don't know that there's really a big, I don't know that you're really anything could happen with 4 golfers, right? So that's but the wind is definitely a major factor at Seminole for sure. So you got to pay attention to that, and I hope it's up. I would love to see Seminole show its teeth a little bit on TV on Sunday. I think that'd be a lot of fun just to see that happen. But yeah, I mean, everything I saw in research just talks about how these greens are so tilted, so slopey. You got to be below the hole, which is where you mentioned the approach play comes in, and then they're super quick, and the putting is gonna matter. Your putting stroke better be good. So, all right,
I think these guys are gonna be pretty aggressive too. When you talk about a skins game for fun and everything else, if the wind is down and they're able to do that, they're gonna be trying to make it because they get extra money for birdies and eagles and things like that. So, more reason to maybe look at some of these, hole by hole birdie bets or eagle bets or things like that you might want to look at, because they are definitely going to be aggressive into especially these par 5s, which don't, they're not, they're going to be able to go at these par 5s. So
all right, let's start looking at some bets here, Pat. I want to talk first of all, let's get right to it. How are you going to approach the winner here? So we had the match in 2018. I can't believe it's even been that long. But in 2018, we had the match with Tiger and Phil, and we did pretty good on that, by the way. We had a good week that week picking. We saw Phil win, right? Even though he was the heavy underdog. Are you going with Team Fowler and Wolff or Team DJ and Rory in terms of overall winner here?
I am going, I love the underdog, and I'm going to go with the underdog here and Fowler and Wolff. I think,
plus 150 right now.
Plus 150 on the DraftKings Sportsbook. I like that. I think they can win. I don't think they're going to start off strong, but I think they're going to finish strong. I think they're going to have a lot of fun out there together. I just don't see, Rory and DJ meshing all that well together. Now, maybe we'll see a little more from them during this match, but you got the Oklahoma State connection between these guys with Wolff and Rickie, and Rickie's obviously, like I said before, he's had success on this course before, so I just feel like they're going to have a little more laid back fun attitude, and in the skins format, to me that's what you want. That's what you want out of your guys, and I think so. I'm going to go with the underdogs here and take that plus 150 and see what happens. So there you go.
I'm right there with you. And for other reasons you mentioned DJ probably has the most limited experience here. And this to me is a course where, as your caddy mentioned, you got to know the course, right? You got to know the side of the fairways, the angles to be on. You got to know when and where and how to attack these flag locations. The putting is tough. Even when we were playing golf, and I know a lot could have changed in the last 2 months since we last saw these guys pick up a club. But DJ was not having his best year, right? Like the iron play was struggling, the putter was struggling. He's already struggled with the putter before. So I feel like it's going to be hard for me in any one of these scenarios. If we see more of these, it's going to be really hard for me to take a favorite because it's golf. It is the most variable game on the planet. It's going to be really tough for me to take a favorite. But that's just another reason. DJ doesn't have his brother Austin. We talked about the caddy. Now, obviously Austin does some math for him and helps him plot his way around the golf course. But, he is one of those caddies, and DJ is one of those players that he and his brother talk a lot about putts, right? They read putts together. I'm sure Rory will help him out. They'll be working it as a team, but I don't know. I think there's plenty of ways you could plenty of points to be made about where Fowler and Wolff may have an advantage. So if you got a few of those, now obviously Rory's playing incredibly. Last we've seen him, he's the best player in the world right now as far as I'm concerned. So there's that. But you got plus 150.
Even Rory said, both Rory and DJ have not really played all that much during this whole break. I mean, Rory just picked up a club and went to the range like a week and a half ago. DJ has said, I think I read an article where he hasn't played much recently, and he was like, well, better pick up a club before I play this match.
Yeah.
I would think a young guy like, like Wolff has been practicing a lot and playing a lot. And, I would also think that a guy like Rickie, who was, as we know, was going through a few swing changes, has a new coach and things like that, he's got a lot to work on as well. And I think that's going to serve him. I think this break, because Rickie was kind of, his game was coming around, but he was still working on it. So I think he's been working a lot. Like Rickie wouldn't, like with the changes that he's making right now, you wouldn't just drop that during this whole quarantine and whatever else. You need to work on that. So he's probably been playing a lot more. And that's another reason that I think, you might be better served going with the underdogs here, because those guys, I think, have been playing golf more and just, concentrating on their games and getting better. Whereas, DJ and Rory, they're obviously established out there. Rory was playing incredibly well, but he took a long time off. So,
and I feel like, too, for Matt Wolff, like, this has got to be a little motivating to him. Like, you got to feel like if you're Matt Wolff, he's a young star and he's gotten a lot of attention, but you also got to feel like, dang, dude, I've been thrown into this is legit. Like, if I'm him, I'm looking around thinking, like, why am I even here? I get I'm a TaylorMade guy. I get that I'm, a newly minted rookie and winner on the PGA Tour, but they could have picked a lot of other people to do this. So you got to feel like Wolff is going to want to come out and, and give it his best. I'm not saying Rory and DJ and Rickie won't, but it's charity. It's for fun, kicks and giggles. Like, there's got to be somewhere in the back of Wolff's mind that's like, I'm not going to act like it, but I want to show up for this.
I agree. You've got it. Like a guy like that, he's going to have to try to find a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to have one. It's like, I talk to friends about this match, and I'll say, this is going to be great. We got Rickie, DJ, Rory, Matt Wolff, and they're like, I don't know who the hell Matt Wolff is, but that sounds, so like he's got to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. So we'll see how it goes. But
So along those same lines, like, I'll knock out two other quick bets that I had written down, because again, if it's a head-to-head matchup thing between these two teams, I think you go with the underdog. So the bonus money, the extra money for the birdies and the eagles and all that other stuff, there's also a prop for that in terms of most bonus money won throughout the entire match. I also feel like you go with Rickie and Wolff there as well at plus 130. So most bonus money and the overall winner, I think you take the underdogs.
Yeah. A couple that I would look at, because, and I mentioned this earlier, I do think that Rickie and Matt Wolff are going to kind of come out slow a little bit. I think they're going to win. But I would go with, there is a bet out there for Rory and DJ to be the leader after 3 holes. And it's minus 137, but I think that's a good bet. I like them to be leading after the first 3 holes, but then I think the other guys are going to come back and win that.
Wolff maybe shakes the nerves off a little bit.
Here's another thing. The first fairway, there's some bets on DraftKings about the first fairway and whether or not these guys are going to hit it. I'm going to go with Rickie to miss the first fairway at plus 175. So I kind of like that. We'll see. Longest drive, by the way, I checked. Now, this wasn't up here earlier today when I was looking, but actually on hole number 3, there's a longest drive competition. I like Matt Wolff at plus 335 there. I think that's That's a pretty good bet as well.
So all right, so that goes to another handful of bets that I have laid down. So on number 3, number 4, number 7, number 9. Number 3, 4, 7, and 9, longest tee shot. I bet DJ on all 4 of those. But Rory's your favorite, but DJ's plus 225 on all of those. We know DJ can get it out there just as good as Rory can when he wants to.
But Matt Wolff can freaking bomb it too, and you get a little better odds.
Think Wolff can bomb it. I don't think he's as long as those two. Now the ball does have to be in the fairway to count. You talked about these fairways are pretty forgiving, so it shouldn't be a big issue there. But I just like DJ there as kind of the middleman play. I mean, all he's got to do is rotate the shoulder a little more, and he's in there. One of my favorite prop bets. Now, I feel like this is pretty automatic. In fact, I think this is the most automatic bet that I have that I can find. And that is, will any player hole out from off the green in the tournament? Extra holes do not count. They have to be off the green. Will they hole out? And it is minus 150 that they will not. And I love that bet. Put down $150 and take 100 easy. I just, we talked about how undulating these greens are. And a lot of these, if you miss the green at all, there is very little that's not either a severe runoff, so you become so much further away from the hole, or you're in a trap. So with only 4 guys, and it's not like DJ or Wolff really has incredible short game. So really, you got like Fowler, who's a great short game player, Rory, who's shown exceptional short game. But in the game of golf, to hole out missing the green, I feel like that bet is automatic. I know it's a minus 150 line, but I just think if you bet one thing, you bet that. I think you hammer that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm always up for what I would call a donation bet, and obviously the longest the longest odds you're going to get are the prop on a hole in one. Basically, no, I'm doing a donation bet. I'm doing it. I've got to.
You did this for the Tiger, Matt. I can't believe you do.
And I hit it. I hit the donation bet.
There wasn't a hole in one.
No, it was a different one that I had.
But you bet the hole in one on the Tiger match. I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, hole in one, 100-1 odds that any one of the players gets one. Or if you want to just throw a name out, if you want to pick one of the guys to get a hole in one, you get 250-1. I'm throwing $5 on it as a donation bet.
Okay, helping DraftKings stay afloat during the.
And you know what? I'm going to say it right now. If either one of those hits, so I'm going to pick it right now. Rory, 250-1, or
any hole.
The 100-1, any of those guys. If I hit one of those, half of that money is going to whatever cause. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
So we'll do something.
Okay.
We'll do something to charity.
I like it. So I do have a fairway bet. You mentioned, let's see. You mentioned number 1. I think this is another fairly close to automatic bet. And that would be that Rory hits the fairway on number 1. It's a par 4. It's pretty short. It's got a wide open fairway. I don't even know that Rory. What does the scorecard say for number 1 from the tips there, Pat? You got the scorecard in front of you?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. It is number 1, 405.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably hit driver, but he may not even hit driver. He may just like bump a 3-wood or some sort of long iron up there and go from there. But as wide as the fairways are, as good as Rory drives the golf ball long and straight, he doesn't have to be the longest. It's just a prop bet on Rory. I love betting that. And hey, if we need to verify this, but if DraftKings is keeping these odds going as the tournament progresses, I would love to hit that right off the bat, right on number 1, and then turn around and use it on some other, turn around and use my winnings on some other bets, throughout the day. Or you can carry it over for the Tiger Woods Phil match. But I think that's a good one. For the Tiger Phil match in 2018, I had a couple of bets on number 1. One of them was that Tiger would miss the fairway, and it happened, or something like that. I
No,
hit
you're
like
right.
two bets on the first hole, and it set me off on a good course. And then I was live betting, and I had a great day.
Well, and I think actually I like the any of the first hole bets. I
Yeah.
think these guys are always they'll tell you whatever you want to to hear, but they're nervous off the first tee. I don't care what format they're in for the most part. I always like to take a missed fairway off the first tee. I feel like that's a solid bet, especially if you get decent odds. And this is something,
Yeah,
this is
I don't
not.
know. Fairways are so wide, though. Maybe you check the weather. Maybe you wait on this one. Check the weather.
Yeah.
See what the wind's going to be doing. I don't know. So I got one more prop bet. It's on number 17, and it is nearest to the hole after the tee shot. 17 is the shortest par 3 on the course. Possibly one of the toughest to hit. It's a pretty narrow green, so if you miss, it's easy to miss. And I feel like I like the number here, but Rickie is plus 275 to be the closest to the hole after the tee shot. It's a short hole, so it's not like he's going to have a 3-iron into the green or a 4-iron into this green. And we know he knows this place as good as almost anybody. So I'll take my chances with Rickie at the number at plus 275 on number 17. That's my last bet. But again, my favorite bet is any player to hole out from off the green. I'm going to say no at minus 150. Book it.
I like it.
The
The only other bet that I'll throw out there is I think that that Rory and DJ get the first skin. I think that they're going to win the first hole. Not the first hole, but the first skin.
They're going to get the first skin.
Yeah.
So the teams could tie number 1 and carry over to number 2. DJ and Rory get it.
Yeah.
And that goes along with your theory that they'll be leading after the third
exactly,
hole.
Which is why I have that bet as well.
But you think Rickie and Wolff are just going to like cowboy up and
I think they're going to be nervous. Well, I don't really think Rickie's going to be all that nervous, but I think Wolff is going to start off a little shaky, and then I think they're going to come storming back and win this match. That's how I think it's going to go. I think DJ and Rory are going to get off to an early lead, and then we're going to see the other guys. They're the Cowboys, Oklahoma State.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting too. Like they'll be mic'd up, man. We'll see how that goes. I mean, for the match, it was pretty disappointing between Tiger and Phil.
DJ is going to be very exciting to listen to.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll be
some
full
great
of
insight.
What if? Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what goes down. But hey, it's for a good cause. It puts some live, real-time sports on TV for everybody. I absolutely love it. Head over to DraftKings right now. Set up an account if you haven't. Throw some cash down in the sports book if you are allowed to in your state. And, enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we will be back next week to do the same thing for the Tiger Manning and versus Phil and Brady match at Tiger's course, the Medalist. So we'll be back for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure we'll have even more bets for that. Tiger's back at his spot with Manning. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, very excited for that. But at least we're just getting some live golf back. And then in a month from now, we'll be at Colonial. So
hopefully. Yep. Hopefully. All right, everybody. That was TJ After Dark. We do this every week during the real season. We usually keep it to about 15 to 20 minutes, and we give you our favorite picks on DFS and favorite picks in the sports book for golf and the PGA Tour. So hopefully, as long as DraftKings keeps us around, we'll keep coming back once the tour kicks back up here in a month. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you don't mind. Subscribe to the DraftKings YouTube channel. And, happy betting. Okay, we'll see you next week for Tiger, Manning, Phil, Brady. See ya!
Out!